Hello, how are you? My name is Ruth Morales, and in this video, I'm going to talk to you about reality from the perspective of a building. In the first video, I commented that everything had been formed by a concept that created a theater play, and this play happens within a room, that is, a box with four walls and a ceiling. This information I'm going to give you now is not new, I'm not adding anything, I'm simply telling you the same from another perspective. It's as if the building I'm talking about could be placed within the box. I'd also like to start by saying that we have to understand reality as energy. In fact, everything is energy. Energy is a force that we cannot touch, but it creates everything, both what we can touch and what we cannot touch. That includes thoughts, feelings, beliefs, historical memory, knowledge, information, everything. Now I'd like you to imagine that we are on the street level, and that's where the majority of the people are. And we look around and we see cars, buses, stores, and in the distance we see some black smoke. We can only see the smoke, but we cannot see the source, so we worry about it. We don't know what the cause is, what has happened, and we don't know the consequences it may have for us. So we talk amongst ourselves. Some people may have not even seen the smoke, other people worry about it, others go try to find out what happened, and some people might even say that they have reliable information about what has happened. They say they know. I'd like to say that 99.9% of the world population lives at the street level. And at this level, the energy is very dense because frequencies are very slow. They create energy forms, and some can be touched, others cannot be touched. That's the problem. We see them as real, but they cannot be touched. It's because the energy is very dense. Why is it so dense? Because the majority of us sustains the energy like that. So we climb to the first and second floor of the building, and there are other people there. And since they are on the first or second floor, they can see a little bit more than the rest of us on the street level. So they see maybe that the smoke comes from an accident, a car accident, perhaps. Some may say there were two cars involved, others that there were three or four cars involved. They may even talk about the makes of the cars. So when you're on the street and you don't know if it's been an accident, you don't know if it's been a fire in a factory, you don't know what has happened, you look up at the first and second floor expecting information from those people. So those on the first and second floor give the information they have to the people on the street. They may even give us information that they don't have. They might omit information that they have. For the purpose of what I'm trying to explain, for reality, it doesn't matter. Whatever they say to us, whether they tell us the truth about what's going on or they don't, it doesn't matter. Because you will understand that everything is the same. At the end, everything is the same. What I'm trying to say is that those on the first and second floor are also within a relatively slow energy frequencies. And the energy there is also very dense, and it creates very dense forms as well. These people that are now on the first floor are not always there. They actually spend a lot of time at the street level too, and only occasionally get up there. But whoever is at the street level tends to look up to the first floor for information. This is how an energetic form is created between those people at the street level and the ones on the first and second floor. And it is kept going back and forth by the constant feedback that one group gives the other. Because when the people that are on the street don't have information of what's going on, they look up to the first and second floor to find out. So the people on the first and second floor wouldn't be there if that information was not requested of them. Well, then we climb even higher in the building and we see a very small group of people who not only can see the car accident, but they are the ones who caused the accident in order to keep the rest of us at the street level and on the lower floors of the building entertained, distracted. These people at higher levels have obviously more power, and not because they were born with it, but as you're probably beginning to understand, because we give them that power, those of us on the street level and on the first and second floor. In the meantime, we at the street level are distracted, thinking that we can find the truth within those energy forms. In fact, what we're doing is to constantly feed and support the energy forms that sustain the very few people at the higher levels in the building. So, when you're looking for a truth, you're always looking for it within this energy form. You may get all the way to the top floors of the building where this small selective group of people are, but at the end, it doesn't matter what the truth is because there is still a car accident. Then we can climb a bit more and get all the way to the attic. And from there, you can perceive what the people on the street and in the lower levels of the building are thinking, saying, and doing. You can also see what the very small selective group of people in the upper floors are doing, thinking, and saying. The ones who have the power because it was given to them by the people at the lower levels. On those first and second levels, we find politicians and the media. I leave it up to your imagination to figure out who else can be at those levels at each moment. Um, from the attic, of course, you see much more because you're outside of the energy form. Why? Why are you outside? Because from the attic you realize that everything is a movie. Everything is a film being made. It's the shooting of a movie. So the energy in the attic is more subtle. The energy frequencies are much faster if you're up there because you're not caught up in the lower dense energy form. You're outside of the game. This is the moment when you realize that you don't need to read newspapers anymore, watch the news, you don't need to ask questions. Because, all is part of a film, of a movie being made. So it doesn't matter if you're caught between the street or first or second floor, you're just going round and around because you will be stuck there until you decide to go up to the attic and see for yourself. The information you get is always the same within that energy form. Freedom can only be found when you get out of that energy form because that's when you widen your perception and you assume the responsibility of not giving more energy to the filming of that movie. So, only those who have decided to find, who are prepared, who have given in and don't want to be tied down by concepts anymore, can climb up to the top. Some people try to climb with a backpack, the baggage I've talked about before. They say, I understand this is all a movie, I understand this is a theater play, I know this is something made up by concepts, but I have to fix things. I have a karma. I have to look back and trust my experience. I believe some of the things they've told me, and I need to look back in order to fix them. That means you haven't understood anything. You have to go up there naked, no backpacks. Well, I think this is all. I've talked about everything. I'd like you to watch this video again if you're interested in this. And I'd like you to know that all you can think about, has been said here. There is nothing outside the scenery of the building. Everything has been said. Well, thank you very much again for watching, and I hope we can continue to enjoy these and that I can bring something to you to your present life. Thank you very much. Bye bye.